Hey everybody, welcome to the BestTea Show again, where you have two besties
with one hot sip, but we're about to
eat something. So we know that we're almost at the half of the end of the year, not the end of the year yet.
Yeah, we're July.
Q3, as they say.
Yeah.
And some people are running out of things to eat, restaurants to go to where they live.
Not me.
We know that Kira loves
Not
vegan
me.
food, hands down. So today we did a little something special and different. We actually came to one of her favorite locations, right here in the historical heart
of San Marco.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to enter KraVegan. We're about to talk to the owners. We're about to get a little bit of food because, we like to eat. We don't like to also dish out some food.
We do.
We're going to enjoy.
So we're going to enjoy. This is going to be really different for me, Kara. So
you got this. You got this. I brought somebody here who does not like vegan food, and now they're in love with vegan food. So
that's what happened with them?
Trial and error.
Okay, so come on as we go in and visit KraVegan.
Eat. Oh, and they're playing Prince. Look at that. She likes that.
I love it.
Hi. Where food is love. Love.
Hey everybody, welcome back again to the BestTea Show. Two besties and one hot sip.
One hot sip, but we're about to have some wonderful food.
More than a sip today.
Guess where we're at.
Hey guys, how are you? It's me, LaTasha Kaiser, founder, CEO of KraVegan, the innovator. I'm in the building where food is love, because food is indeed love.
It sure is, and this is amazing that we're here because we were starting to talk about food so much. We were having people come in and do food. I said, let's get out to restaurants. So let's go to my favorite first.
And thank you for being our first.
Thank you for having me. Literally, it's an honor. Like seriously, I don't mean that lightly, but seriously, when I got the Instagram, I was like, well, of course, I want to be a part of this. How exciting.
So tell us a little bit about your background. Are you from Jacksonville? What made you want to do this beautiful establishment? Is it something that was caused from health, or do you just have a love for eating the right things?
So I am born and raised Jacksonville.
Okay.
32209.
Okay.
Yeah, so from the hood, yes, a product of teenage parents that loved us, and we were born in love, and taught us, and my brother and I taught us that we can accomplish anything in life if we put our minds to it, period. And so my brother and I have a very healthy level of confidence because our parents, although we're from meager, again, I was raised in 09, I'm a 70s baby. So we didn't have a lot of money, but what we had in my home was a lot of love, tons of laughter, and a safe space to create. So I've been cooking from scratch since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
My father taught me to cook.
Sounds like a girl.
Right. And like now when I said to my daughter, she's like, well, Mom, you shouldn't have been cooking from scratch at 9. And I said, well, sweetie, my generation, in the 70s, listen, I was cooking starting at 7, the microwave and things like that. But from scratch, 9 years old. And so going through life, I was never interested. I've always been active. And in my early 20s, maybe 2021, my doctor mentioned to me that, hey, if you eat how your family eats, what your documents are saying your family history is, you will be in that number. And so my family practitioner said, hey, eating like that is going to result in everything that you're saying that your mother, your grandmother, that your family has. Wow. And so as long as you eat moderately, you won't have any health issues. Mm-hmm. And so at 2021, that just stuck in my mind. And so after no health issues, I did tear my meniscus when I was 26. I don't even have a cool story. I'm short. I was jumping up to hang mistletoe. And when I came back down, I snapped it. It's not even a cool story. And so even my ortho surgeon said, as long as you maintain your weight, you won't have any issues with this left knee. I'll be 50 in 2 weeks, and I have no issues with this left knee. Thank you. And so once I hit about 33, when I married my current husband, we ended up having 2 additional children. So 37 and 39, I had 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. So just putting this body back together, and yes, I have 4 children, nursed them all, never had formula, but just putting this body back together was a challenge at 40 after having my 4th child, right? And so my church member happened to mention watching What the Health. And I watched What the
I
Health.
remember that.
That's something.
And 30 minutes in, I was sold. I said nothing. Lou and I were sitting together. I actually, that Sunday, we went to church, got the kids home. I baked chicken, string beans, and jasmine rice. Packed our lunch, put the kids for a nap, watched the show. 30 minutes in, I'm sold. I didn't say anything to Lou. When it ended, I asked him, what do you think? And he said, I would be a fool not to hear to this wisdom. So I said, well, let me unpack our lunch. He said, I don't want the roux from the chicken on the rice. So that Monday, we had string beans and rice for lunch. And it went from there. So for me, being a Jacksonville native, an 09 native, it literally, if I can do this, anyone can do this. I don't have a degree. That's just not how I went to college, but I didn't finish. You know, I was so busy wanting to be in love and get married and start a family.
Hey.
Don't do that. Okay. Do not do that. One more time. Don't do that. Okay.
I'm gonna second that.
One more time. Don't do.
Do you?
Literally, do you? Love can wait. Okay. Let it wait. I digress. And so, being in Florida, and yes, I have had people contact and say, have you considered moving your business to California? Have you considered moving your business to Atlanta? Have you considered moving your business to Orlando? And yes, might we be more lucrative in those markets? Sure. But what happens to my market?
Right. Right. That was one
My
of my
market.
thoughts. Was like,
Yeah.
you wanted to do this here for a reason.
Yes,
So,
my market. I am from here, and so I want to make sure that all the communities, especially my community, has healthy food options. Food is cultural. Food is love. Because if I love you, what's on your plate is going to say that.
Yes.
You know, because I'm not going to feed you cancer. I'm not going to feed you high cholesterol. I'm not going to feed you diabetes. I'm not going to feed you this way if I love you. So this is my love language. Like even before KraVegan, church members, you know, and surgeries and chemo and babies and things like that. Hey, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna feed you because that's my love language. And so now KraVegan truly was just me trying to keep my hog farm raised husband vegan. I had no idea I was going to be an innovator and founder and a CEO of a business.
That's amazing.
I literally created all these recipes to keep my hog farm raised husband vegan and my 4 children.
Wow.
And from that, you all are the benefactor of that now.
That's
That's
amazing.
That is
such
the truth.
love. That's
Now,
real.
I have to ask because we all have children. And if I was to make this delicious jasmine rice, string beans, and chicken for my children, and then 30 minutes later when they wake up, I'm like, yeah, well, we're not eating that. Was that something you let them decide on their own? Was it hard for the children to adjust?
So we allow, okay, so I'm a different type of parent, okay? I was raised in a structured home, but very free, friendly, happy, loving. Meaning you could have a differencing of opinion than your parents and not be, beat or things like that. So with the business, with going vegan, of course we introduce it to the children, but the same way Lou and I had to choose it, they have to choose it.
Okay.
So we're going to educate them, and so we don't, from the moment we went vegan, we don't cook meat products at home. Now the children, who are now 23, 20, 13, and 10, they will cook their items. But they're flexitarians. So like my bookends,
I love that name.
right,
I love it.
Flexitarian.
my bookends are, which is 1 in 4, they're the least vegan. However, they both at least 4 times a week. Mom, can you bring home some tacos? Mom, can you bring home mac? Mom, can you bring home a burger? Mom, so anything we bring home, number 4 is, Mom, can I taste, can I this, can I that? And so now, I would say initially when they were eating 80-20, now it's more, it's flipped. They're eating more 80% vegan and 20% non-vegan. And so even the 13-year-old who's now a wrestler, he said, Mom, when I'm eating vegan, I feel better. I just don't know how to do this in
I say that a
school.
lot. You feel better.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do this in school.
Yeah.
Miss Lou has some samples for us, guys.
Oh,
Because
yes,
I'm excited.
Miss Jai, you've not had anything vegan, and so this is what's going to be exciting.
Okay.
And so what we have here, guys, this is our sausage, which is made from potatoes and cabbage.
Okay.
This is our roast, which is made from beets and mushrooms. And these are our ribs, made from jackfruit and mushrooms. And everything's smoked, everything's made in-house. They're all our recipes. No chemicals, no MSG, no preservatives. Literally in all of our proteins, actually the whole menu, the only preservative I use is sea salt and water. In the sauces, I will use a little citric acid just because I do need it to hold it together.
That's natural citric acid.
Right, exactly, and it's natural.
And this is
They'll say, guys, this is my husband. This is Mr. Hog Farm Race, right?
And he is not anymore.
Not anymore. We went vegan July 9, 2017. We've not looked back since because nothing tastes as great as we feel.
That's true.
That's the truth. That's the truth. So you got to go in.
So this is a sausage like you would have with breakfast, you would make it? Or?
Yes, or, so I want you to take a bite of that. And now, before you leave, you're going to get you some cabbage. And I want you to, at home, growing up, did you have cabbage and rice with sausage?
Absolutely.
Go ahead on. And yes, I said just like, go ahead on.
I already know it's good, so I'm just gonna eat.
Now, first time,
Now, what did you make this with?
potatoes and cabbage.
Remember, every plant has a different benefit.
So good.
As well as fresh bell peppers and onions. It's more of an Italian style.
What you gotta say, Blue?
It's spicy.
It's a little spicy.
The flavor is everything.
It's everything.
How about the texture?
The texture is good.
Great.
It's good to the point that it's not tough, it's not rough, we're not chewing for days. I mean, it is,
Yeah.
it's just like if you marinated
Mhm.
for
Yes.
a long time to get it to taste and
Get it to
season.
taste
Yeah.
like that without
Fresh
without
herbs
it
and
being
spices.
chewy.
Right.
Just think about how beef and pork was so chewy, like you're chewing.
Right.
This is the same taste, but the texture is perfect where you're not sitting and chewing forever.
Mm-mm.
How do you know what to combine to make certain things?
So that's my natural giftings. I cannot answer that. I don't know why I know how. I just do. So
It's love.
it is that, but I just do. So again, cooking from scratch since I was 9, my sense of smell has always been like I can smell Georgia. And then once I went vegan, it's like even more. So I've always been able to, I've made my own barbecue sauce and spaghetti sauce and that for years.
I saw the barbecue sauce.
Right, that's
Yeah,
great vegan, but
for sale.
even when we weren't vegan,
Okay.
I've always cooked from scratch. I mean, I've always, I've always cooked from scratch. So I could just go in the store and just grab herbs and kind of together and, that'll go great with this.
That's a real
That'll go
gift.
great with that.
That's real
And so
gift.
that's just how it is. And so wait, we haven't gotten through. Okay, guys, wait. Well, let's go through. It's okay, Miss Luke. Let's go through the rest of the samples. Okay,
So
that's our beefless roast, and that's made from beets and mushrooms.
Beets and mushrooms.
Right. And so when we're looking at now, that's a little spicy. I should have warned you. It's a little spicy.
So good, but it's good.
But more dense chew to it, more texture.
Yes, right. Because they're all different recipes, so it's not just same recipe, just different vegetables.
Because when you
all
go to
different.
some places, they just throw all the spices on everything. They're trying to mask
Yeah,
whatever it is.
no.
Everything has its own taste
Yes, this is just
and its
clean
own
eating.
texture.
Right, clean eating.
Like a good lean piece of meat.
Yes,
It truly is.
it is. And then that's the ribs.
And because it's made from beets and mushroom, beets purify and cleans our blood, and the mushrooms actually gives us protein. So-
Along with
How about
boosting our
that?
immune system,
Yeah.
along with our mental function, our mood, hormones. I mean, that is what KraVegan wants to do. That is my goal, is I want people to know I can go to KraVegan, and when I leave, whatever in my body I was trying to accomplish, be it healing from something, or hey, I want to go skydiving, I want to, have a baby, or I just want to
I just want to get off medicine.
exactly, or just want to feel better and my knees not ache. I want people to know you come here and I will walk you through my menu on what is going to help you accomplish that goal by your diet.
That's love.
So we're getting more than just delicious food.
Of course,
We're being educated.
indeed, because I just don't believe we were not meant to live like this. You born and then you die. I believe we were meant to live like so and just wake up in glory. Whatever your glory is, we're just meant to do this and then wake up in glory.
I like that.
I believe that there are things we're seeking healing on that we should never be battling. I'll use myself for example. I'm severely lactose intolerant. But when I think back, I could never digest the simple sugars in milk ever, even as a child. My mom said after I got off formula, condensed pet milk.
Remember that?
I still drink
condensed
pet milk.
So aging myself. So that is what they fed me. That's all I would consume because I would always bring up milk. The minute it hit my tongue would bring it up. But I love cheese. But y'all owe 9, so that's government cheese.
Government cheese.
So that's not real cheese.
It wasn't real cheese.
It wasn't real cheese.
No, but it's
not
melted
real
nice.
cheese.
It melted
Right.
nice.
So, but I was still able to eat that, but I still was never able to consume milk, you know, even in cereal.
That was probably more chemicals than cheese.
So that's why we have a lot of chemicals. We're trying to get out of our milk.
That's right. Okay, right, these are ribs.
So
Okay, sorry,
I
guys.
have to tell you, and I don't know if you can get a close-up of this, job. I'm looking at the ribs, and it looks to me like if it was oxtails, and I'm over here just like, oh wow.
Now, we have a mocktail, baby, we have.
Yeah.
If you crave it, you can have it. That's why I'm gonna put it out there like that. We have a mocktail version, but which is not made from that. I actually use artichoke bottoms. We smoke those, and then I make a traditional oxtail roux, and we bake it.
It's
Oh,
so
okay. Well,
Try.
Yes. So, and that's jackfruit and mushrooms.
I've never ate jackfruit.
Oh no, perfect.
Jackfruit.
That's actually. I'm happy you've not had it.
So jackfruit's not fiber. And everybody says we need fiber for our
Look at
diet.
that.
So I'm not sure if it's the sauce that kicked it,
The texture
the texture,
and
but
the sauce.
the barbecue sauce is amazing.
Yes, thank you, Mom. Yeah, and so,
I
wait.
don't want to go back for a second. So jackfruit is high in fiber, so it keeps
Yes.
everything moving the way it's supposed to.
Yes, as well as potassium.
With our standard American diet,
Yes.
sad, it keeps everything stagnated. So the plant-based food, or especially ours, helps things move and
Do what it's supposed to.
absorb the nutrition our body's actually supposed to absorb.
Which is also why I love when people come to eat and they say, I'm full, but I'm not tired. I'm full, but I'm not lethargic. Man, I want to go for a walk.
Well, you know what
I
they
feel like I
really,
do something.
call that. And you have the itis after you ate
Exactly.
a big plate of food, and it's like,
But the
you can't
itis
do
is not-
anything.
You should not feel
No.
full.
No, you should not feel.
You should not feel. Oh, you should feel full.
Yes.
Like
It's
happy.
equivalent, eating 8 ounces of meat is equivalent to your body running a half marathon.
Oh my
It
God.
takes that much energy to break
that
that
down.
meat down,
Wow.
and you're getting very little
That's
nutritional
why I have
benefit.
the itis.
That is
Yes.
why the itis, because your
Wow.
body
It's
is
literally fighting for itself.
It's shutting
Literally.
down.
Great.
It's shutting down so it can break down the meat proteins.
Literally,
Body is always working.
Didn't think about
Always
that.
working.
So,
always working.
but
think
you
about
eat
that,
this,
yes.
and you can get up and run a marathon.
Right, exactly.
You have the energy.
Exactly.
Thank
So,
you, guys.
and thank you, Mr. Lou, and
Thank you,
then,
Lou.
and then eventually we're gonna get to the
I'm gonna
trials.
get to this, but I do have a
Yes.
question with Luke coming over and it's your husband and you guys work together. How do you balance out your business ownership, your marriage, and family? Because you do have a separation
Four
of children.
children.
You
Yes.
have younger children, and you have
Yes.
the older children, and the older children are at that age, in
Yes.
20s, they want to do their own thing.
Sure.
So you're trying to run this beautiful establishment here and educate people at the same time.
Right.
How does that work?
The house is a mess. Okay.
That's okay.
now
That's okay.
Because we've been honest with people.
It's love.
Guys,
It's love. Love and
literally,
love.
the house is a mess. Because how can one do all the things? Because one can't do all the things.
No.
So Lou and I are together every day, all day, and now we're so codependent upon one another, and which is a bad
I
thing,
love it.
but a
I
good
love
thing because it's like we're together. So when we're apart, it's like I miss you. I'm also an avid gym goer, so we run KraVegan, but from my mental health,
That's perfect.
and so that my eye not twitching, I have to be in that gym. Granted, it's 9, 10 o'clock at night that I'm there, but I'm there.
And you're doing it.
I'm doing because that's what I need. So we're talking about balancing things out. So we are blessed that our children are so close. So 23, 20, 13, 10. The truth is the 10-year-old take care of the top 3.
That's how it is.
They take care of the top 3.
That's how it is.
But we have always had a sense of community because that's how I was raised. I was raised with a sense of community within family. So something, when I mentioned I'm a different type of parent, like we have something at home called family meetings. Anyone can call a family meeting to discuss anything, be it a vacation, be it a slight, be it something's not fair, and that is a safe space to, with respect, speak your truth in love. Okay. We're gonna discuss it, come up with our plan, and when we get up from here, we're leaving all the drama on the sofa. And that includes Lou and I. So we even have sober conversation when things are, we go through things. But even when we're at work, when things get stressful and we snip at each other, that's work. That we leave that here.
Right.
That was the heat of brunch. That was the heat of the lunch rush. That was the heat of better. That was the heat of that. And then it's like, babe, I'm sorry to mean that way. And then sometimes we get home and it's like, and then we make it up and all as well. Because that's the real part of working with your spouse day in and day out. But with the children, the beauty is that the 23-year-old is going to make sure that the 13 and 10-year-old doing their chores, getting their homework done, that the wrestler is doing his stretches to get to wrestling. Right, so we all, and then the 20-year-old, she the mama. 1 girl, 3 boys. She's the mom. She is. Yeah, and she tried to, I have her mind. I'm the mom, but she's the mom, and I let her be the mom.
Yeah.
Because they'll fuss, and it's like, guys, we're here, but do what your sister said because she was right with what she said. And so, because our family, from the moment I had them, was built like that, a sense of community. Once KraVegan was born, they're just a part of it.
That's
so
right.
the kids menu, our children approved those. So when we created the chickpea tenders, LJ, who is now 13, he said, "Mom, it's good, but what we gonna dip them in? What we gonna dip them in?"
Oh, right. So you had to make your
I
sauce.
had to make a sauce.
You had to make.
And there you go.
Sauce.
Yeah. And that was the marinara sauce. Right. And so even Grayson, so Grayson has a dip, but Grayson loves onions and Grayson loves bell peppers.
Okay.
Grayson loves the rotel
You
dip.
have your difference.
Exactly. So even the kids menu has been approved by the children, and so just different variations in how we do things. So Grayson, during the summer, he's come to work with us 3 times and help with dishes and help us tables because
That's awesome because
Right.
you have children that were not vegan before, but
Right.
so everybody can transfer.
Exactly, and even Isaiah, the oldest, he works here now. Camilla works here, but Isaiah, once he started working here, he's eating more vegan items.
Oh.
And I believe it's because he's here and he's smelling it, and every week he's trying something. At first it was just the fries, then it was the triangles, then it was the tacos, then it was the burger, then it was a chicken sandwich, and it's like, okay, are you ever gonna try the Alfredo? He's like, not yet. I'm like, okay. But he's not a pasta person anyway.
Okay.
So I do love how the children have expanded their own mind and education because LJ, you have to admit when you eat that way, how did you feel?
Right.
You have to admit you feel the difference. And that's what is it's the education. Because they're young and I'm fine, I can eat junk. Yeah,
No.
but there's an expiration date on that.
But you also grow a generational appreciation
Exactly.
for what started out of love.
Yes.
And still growth and continue with them. So I think that's one of the things I feel is just wonderful
Yes.
when you have families and you get them into the family business,
Exactly.
whatever it may be.
Do it.
That's legal, of
Yes.
course. That's legal, of course. But just to introduce them to say, you can go out and you can have your own dreams and do your own thing.
Of course.
But this is home. This
This
is
is
what
home.
we
This is the
do.
legacy.
It's like doing your chores and it's also your legacy because you're showing them something they might not have known if they didn't come in and see it.
Exactly.
They're just at work. No, they actually see what's going on and they're feeling it. They're not just saying, oh, they're coming from work, it's just work. No, it's more than work.
Exactly.
It's more than work.
And then to watch my daughter, who is 20, she'll be 21 in November, she is starting her journey to entrepreneurship. She's getting her fitness trainer license certification, she's getting her yoga certification. So I love that my daughter, my little black girl, my baby
Beautiful.
girl,
That's my baby.
literally said to me maybe 2 years ago, her senior in high school, she said, "Mom, you know how KraVegan's your thing? I'm seeking God on what's my thing."
Ooh. Hey.
Thank you.
But you did that because you both did that because you're showing them all of these options and
Yes.
she's feeling more empowered to do what she loves
Exactly.
also.
Not to just be an employee. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with being an employee.
No,
There's nothing
it's
wrong
not.
with that at all. There's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't want her baby to leave her.
Listen. So, and for us, this is not easy. We left a lot of money in corporate America, a lot of security and benefits in corporate America to follow what I truly believe my purpose on this side of heaven is to do. It is not easy. And so to hear my daughter say, I wonder what my thing is, I was like, Lord, okay, there's purpose in this greater than
It is.
just loving on people with showing them an alternative way of eating to fuel their lives versus take your life, because that's what's happening.
You're fueling
Yes.
fueling even the people who do work here. You're showing them something else.
Indeed. And so as an employee here, you get a free meal. I have other friends who own restaurants. Their employees don't get free meals. I do. And the reason I do it, here's the truth. I need y'all to come to work.
That's right.
So I need you healthy enough and well enough
Healthy.
to come to work. So I can do that by feeding you. And that's my
I
part.
love it. I may have to get a little part-time.
And that's my part. That's my part. Even on loving on my employees because, oh, Miss Tasha, I have this issue. Well, baby, go get this. Try a burger today.
Right.
The beets and mushrooms, you need that. Oh, I don't feel well. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get some gumbo. And so we have gumbo in that, the health foods,
Gumbo.
the superfoods in that is very healing.
Okay.
I have a quick question being that we talked about, you said it's also mental.
Mhm.
It is National Minority Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And all of that goes together. How do you see it going together with food and with vegan food at that?
Yes, okay, so we have customers that come in and the people come in and say, I'm no longer on this list of prescription medications.
Okay.
And so I'm now off of my blood pressure, my cholesterol, which also means now I'm off of my antacid. And that means I'm now also off of this. And so just mentally, I'm sharper. I'm not having anxiety attacks like I was.
function, yes.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Your brain, because remember the mushrooms helps with brain function, but not even just that. We make our lemonade, everything is scratch made here. Our lemonade, our teas, like everything we have is meant for your overall wellness. So we want to pair it together. Our lotus, our Taste of Lotus has hibiscus and
Ooh, that sounds
berries
good.
and mint, all these things to aid in your digestion, to aid in your body to move it like it should, as well as just helping the complete body, the complete
Right.
person. So it's not just about the profitability of KraVegan, although we need you because guys, money still don't grow on trees, and I have not figured out the science, but I'm working on it. It is about humanity. It is just about love. And as a Christian, the Word of God says that out of all the commandments, love is the most important, and that is what I walk in.
Absolutely.
I love all people. KraVegan is a safe space for every single community, and I want everyone to know you can come here and be loved and treated well every single time. More snacks, that's the catch.
So to piggyback on that, where would you see, or what do you think we're going in the next 5 years in the state of being a vegan? Let me tell you why I say this.
Yes.
We've had a lot of conversations on the show even about learning to grow your own food. What can happen if we get cut off from the supplies
Sure.
coming from Mexico, fruits and different things, and how can we take care of ourselves? We know you have the key already.
Yeah.
But where would you like to see us go in 5 years, and how can we get there?
So it's interesting. My 10-year-old said to me, today is Tuesday, I think Sunday, I believe Sunday, he said, Mom, I want a garden. I want to grow our food.
Yes.
I said, baby, you got to talk to your daddy. Cut your off. Okay, so you got to talk to your daddy. We can work that out. We can make that happen. And he told me why. Why he wanted to. He said because it'll save on money and it'll be healthier and then it's ours. And I said, yes, baby, you're right. And so,
Completely true.
right. And so where I see KraVegan in the next 5 years is obviously more accessibility as far as expansion on being able to access our menu items, the proteins, the sauces outside of us online. So there's bigger steps and next steps for KraVegan to grow into. But like I would hope that in the next 5 years to obtain more of our vegetables from local farms and local growers.
Right.
We are Blue Zones approved, which means that we are providing healthier food options as well as accessing locally grown produce more frequently.
Right.
And so because that helps us, like our mushrooms, we have a local mushroom farm, so I have my mushroom plug, like, okay, y'all,
There's a few
lion
of them here,
mane, like the real mushrooms, not
Lion's
streamers.
mane.
Lion mane and king oyster, things like that.
There's so many kinds.
They-
It's just
and they
amazing.
all have different health benefits and different textures and work well in majority of the dishes. And so you can do so much with them. They're costly, they are expensive, but health should.
Health is wealth.
It really is. And
Health is wealth.
And look at all the other things we pay for: Botox, surgery.
Stuff
Hey, okay, so can we talk about Botox real quick?
Go,
So guys,
of
in all
course.
seriousness, so when I was 40, right before going vegan, I was noticing some aging in my face, and I did a round of Botox. Don't laugh, y'all don't laugh. I did a round of Botox.
I can't believe you.
And I did too, I gotta be honest, I'm transparent, I'm gonna be honest. And so it lasted fine, and I was like, oh, maybe it's time, and maybe like a year later, I kid you not, we went vegan, and the lines went away.
Wow.
Gone. I'll be 50 August 5th. That was 9 years ago. I have less wrinkles now.
You can tell the difference when you look at pictures.
Literally, and I'm not joking. I wish I could take my makeup off so you guys could see my naked face. But I noticed that after going vegan, it's like, man. So I don't know, y'all. It's so like, ladies, you go vegan and all that girl stuff we go through, baby, it shortens, it lightens, it's not as painful. Like seriously, like when I hear PCOS, go vegan. When I hear unexplained infertility, go vegan. When I hear fibroids, when I hear cysts, when I hear I have to triple up sanitations so that I don't leak, go vegan. And then switch to a charcoal bamboo. Okay.
Sometimes it's
Sanitary
hard
products.
to explain to people, but I'm just like, I don't know. and you end up loving it so much.
Yeah.
See, with your children, you started it for them. My children started for me.
Mm.
My oldest, he's now 23.
Yeah.
He was in 10th grade and he came home from school, he said, Mom, well, we didn't do beef and pork in the first place.
Okay.
He came home and said, Mom, no more chicken. I was like, yes.
Did you see the movie?
No, he didn't even see the movie. He just 10th grade, was in a health class and, you know, just learned about it. He said he would look up how they get killed and what's in it and what they feed them, and that's what they're feeding us. He was like, no more chicken.
Yeah.
I was so happy because, you know, looking at the little body and pulling the veins and the bones,
Yes.
you have to have some type of moral something to where
Yes.
you're like, this is wrong.
But
A
it's
little bit wrong. Unless you were out in the woods somewhere, I don't know how you would feel, but to me it was like kind of wrong. And when he said that, I was like,
You were
thank
done.
goodness.
Years ago, I saw this documentary on HBO. It was probably 30 years ago, and it was showing how other countries, how they prepare cats. And y'all, they boil them alive.
They do.
Alive. So what animals go through, and back then I didn't know about veganism. You know, so we're doing what was modeled in front of us. But this is 2024, and there's so much information and so much knowledge.
Please tell me that they're not still doing that.
They are.
They are.
They do it to snakes.
They are.
Everything.
And I just
Dogs.
remember,
Everything.
oh, oof, y'all, ooh. And so once I learned about veganism, it was just easy for me, but I didn't know about it. Like, for example, I knew at 14 that breasts are for feeding our children.
Right.
So from that age, I knew I would nurse my kids. Like, it was not even a question. The minute I learned about the baby bull and I could make my babies baby food,
Yeah.
which was the bottom two, that's what I did. I didn't know about that with the top two because what's modeled in front of us. Y'all, this is 2024. There's
Yes.
too much knowledge, so
It's
we
too
have
much.
no excuses.
Too much knowledge.
We have no excuse.
So
So,
what do we have here?
well, actually, I want you guys to try the triangles.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these triangles is I saw something. This is KraVegan 6 years old, maybe 5 years ago on Facebook, and it was when the brand is Tasty, and I saw it. I said I can do it. But vegan.
I
Ta-da, go.
never had the triangle.
Ooh, you're gonna love that.
Just grab it.
Yep.
pick
And
it up with
just
your
and just
fingers.
bite it. Yep, and just bite it.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I feel bad because
And I love the crunch. It's like a patty. It's like
our
a,
poor producer.
We got you. We're gonna take care of producer.
oh, this is so good.
Yes, and so literally, so what's in that is our burger, our cheese, our crave sauce, and bell peppers. That's what's in that.
This is so good.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being really honest with you. I could eat this all day.
She would tell you the truth. Y'all seen her before.
I'm just trying to tell you. And this is your first experience.
But I have to be fair to everyone that's watching. She can cook. This does not mean everyone can go home and then they're gonna have it just like you do.
I've never
Right.
had
Do you have
these
a- do you have
before.
a cook? You may
You
need
know
to
what?
No, they had to try it.
Listen, okay, so our followers will tell you, they get pissed. Baby, we sell out these so fast. No matter how much we make them, we had this gentleman come in, I felt so bad. Oh God, I felt so bad. He came 2 days in a row, we sold out both days, and he was like, I wish I said, I promise you they were in stock this morning. I promise they were.
It's like a Jamaican patty,
Mm-hmm.
but vegan
Yeah,
with sauce on top.
yeah. And those peppers in there.
It's amazing.
You see? Different alternatives.
I can order like a nice.
I just need
box.
Exactly. And then you're not gonna feel burpy, you're not gonna feel weighted, you're not gonna feel heavy. You're gonna feel like I'm full and let's go do something.
And the pastry.
Oh my gosh. It's perfect.
Do you make the crust?
That one I don't make. That I buy. That I
It's still
buy.
perfect the way
That I
it
buy. And it's a flour
Everything's
tortilla
together.
shell. Yeah, that I buy.
A
Now,
flour tortilla shell?
that's all it is. Now our cornbread,
Oh my
and when I
gosh.
do make our Wellington, I make that dough all by. That is from scratch.
That's
So-
what I want to try.
Right, the Wellington is so good. And in the winter, when I introduced when I reintroduced the chicken and dumpling soup, that I also make the dumpling soup.
Chicken and dumpling soup.
Oh, it's so good.
That was my
It is
favorite.
like stupid
That was
delicious.
my Jamaican favorite. Like
It is stupid delicious.
if I could get chicken and dumpling soup, I was happy. But
Yeah.
without the chicken now, I
yeah,
want
but
to taste
no,
it.
yep, you're gonna love it.
Would the chicken again be some type of mushroom?
Actually, it's not, and I'm going to. I wish I would have had them bring out a sample of that. It's not. It's jackfruit. So we
Oh,
use
wow.
jackfruit for the chicken, and to me, the texture and the flavor and the spices. I remember when I was thinking through that recipe, and my first batch, it was like, something's missing. There's one spice that's missing. And I just had to sit in it for a minute, and then I found it.
Wow.
And now it's
what's good about jackfruit?
It's one of our top sellers.
Jackfruit can get with any flavor you put it to. Like whatever you want it to taste like, it'll taste like.
Yes, yes. Now, other place I've been to, they marinated, and it can be a little, kind of get you in here.
That's
kind of get you right there in the back. But here,
Sometimes they just throw it out the can. They don't.
I know, right?
They don't do anything
I
to
didn't want to
it.
say that.
They don't do anything to it.
And it shows. Okay.
Well, I did want to say before we want to get to the cabbage.
Oh yes, strike cabbage.
I want this other.
Of course, literally. So 3 come to an order. So when I order them for you, the cook said, "Well, how many?" I said, "Let's do 4, so they can both have 2."
This is so
And I'm
good.
gonna take good care of the producer so she can have her.
And cabbage is cabbage.
Cabbage is cabbage. Cabbage with carrots and bell pepper and onions and your sausage. Yeah.
Really good.
Yes. So
Really good.
and typically
I love cabbage.
when I love it, so does Grayson. That's the 10-year-old. So does Grayson. But I will just jasmine rice, cabbage, and then slice some of our sausage and grill that and just put it in like we did it growing up.
Yeah,
With a side of cornbread.
this is perfect.
You know, so it's like, so I think sometimes people think veganism and they think, you know, Himalayan salt and green sprouts and microgreens, which all of that is good.
Some people think you're just eating celery and carrots.
And that's it.
Well, I used to think that way.
Or
Or
french
juicing.
fries.
Or juicing.
Right. And so when I hear people say, "Oh, did you go raw?" No, I like my food hot. Okay, so no
With flavor.
So no, we never went raw
We
because
like flavor.
veganism, your body's gonna detox anyway. So to me, just that forcing it real hard is like, "Oh, I got sick." Yeah, because you moved your body fast. Because we have to think about it, guys. As we age, all the toxins are stored in our body fat. So as we slim down and lose weight, those toxins get released into our system, and then we eliminate them. Well, if you just detox or drink, and then I'm going raw, and then I'm not eating, baby, you're howling all of that in your body too fast, and your body's not having a time to naturally move that stuff along. So as you go vegan, you will notice gut situations, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then a year. After a year, it goes back to normal. But even Lou and I, we're 6 years in, about maybe 3 to 4 months ago, we both felt like we were going for a deeper level of detox. Just by the way the tummy was kind of grumbly. And it lasted for 2 days, and I thought, I was like, "Ooh, okay." Lou dropped about 5 pounds, not so much for me, maybe 8 pounds.
So she hasn't said anything about you ladies that love Ozempic. She's telling you that there's ways of doing it that are healthy.
Right, and Ozempic is no good, because you have to be on that stuff forever.
Don't do it.
It's something crazy.
I
Don't
always
do
talk
that.
about that. Don't do it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come to see me and go, let's talk about the
Do
gym.
this.
This.
So what do you think about that?
So I saw this thing circulating on TikTok, I think, talking about a liquid drink that's like a natural type of Ozempic, I believe, oats and lime and maybe water or something crazy like that. When we went vegan, men typically lose weight like that.
All the time.
It's like it's a reason is to punch him. We love it. Okay. Lou lost weight like that. It took me a little longer. I didn't have as much weight to lose, but I feel going vegan alone is enough to slim down. Because when you think about it this way: the dairy, full of inflammation, your gut's swollen because you're bloated. So you remove that. Oh, it's amazing how flat my belly is. Okay, so now you've taken the red meat out. Oh my, because red meat takes the body 7 to 10 days to digest. So there we go again. You're eliminating like you're supposed to, and now you're not as bloated. Oh man, I lost 5 more pounds. Oh, hold on, you took pork out, so that blood pressure down, so that you get inflammation down, and you're not swollen. Oh, you just lost 10 pounds. So within 2 to 4 weeks, you could have technically dropped 10 healthy pounds in a healthy way.
So some of these people are still doing the oats Ozempic, but still eating horribly. So we're saying
Just cut that out.
just cut that out and eat vegan and.
So I'll say this. This is my challenge to the viewers. When your body begins to push back, listen and stop. What do you mean by that, LaTasha? You ate something, you immediately had a headache. That is your body literally screaming, stop. And therefore now you will listen. And that means what you ate, I got a headache, I'm not gonna do it anymore. You ate something and man, my hands are tingling. That's your body screaming, stop. So now scratch that off your list. Man, I ate that, I had to get my baby to come unstrap my shoe. Oh, man, I took my socks off and that had the whole Nike symbol was in my leg. Stop. oh man, I ate that in my tummy, I was nauseous and I had to go to the potty. Stop. Your body is literally, because here's the deal, guys. If I was to pop you or punch you, I might get the first lick off, but you're not gonna let me hit you again. You're not gonna get up and deliberately throw yourself to the ground. You're not gonna throw yourself down the stairs. Because as humans, we don't have the ability to hurt ourselves. We don't have the ability to do that. But we do that with food. We let food do to us what you would not allow me to do to you.
Yes, true.
So therefore, stop. I'm not saying I am saying everybody should go vegan. I am saying that. However, I am saying listen to your body. When I stopped eating crabs 21.
Let me tell you, that's hard to do.
I'm gonna tell you what was easy for me.
It's hard to do.
Baby, I'll wear contacts.
All that oil?
It wasn't that. It's just like trying to eat crabs and at night take my contacts out and my eye burning. And then I was assistant manager at a shoe store. And one of my employees at 18 was preeclamptic in her pregnancy because she was eating crabs every other day.
Wow.
What?
I'm no fool. I don't have to smoke crack to know crack is one. Thank you, Whitney.
Wow.
I don't have to do. So just watching that, and then after my doctor said, if you continue to do, you will have. I was good. Now I would eat sushi and I would eat Alaska snow crab, but I got rid of a lot of that stuff just because it's not good for us.
I totally agree with that, and our body will talk to us. So we do a thing on the show called Hot Topics. The Ozempic was one, but another one was Angela Simmons. She just started a partnership with Slutty Vegan, and she's beginning a lot of criticism because she's coming out with a vegan Oreo.
Okay.
I thought
So-
were already vegan. They're already vegan.
Or is it already vegan?
Oreos are already vegan. They are already vegan.
They are an accidental vegan item.
They're
Wow.
they're already vegan.
Yeah,
That's their problem.
Literally. So I saw Kevin on stage. Okay, now I know what this is
So
about.
it's the Oreos on the body.
Okay, now
Anyway,
I see.
Angela Simmons.
Now I see.
Well, ladies, okay.
Now I see what
We're
now
doing
I
way
see
too
what that buzz was.
For our viewers, if you watch the show, you better be watching the show
Yes.
Wednesday live at 8 o'clock.
You better go vegan after this one right
I
here. 22.
I'm going to have a job, but we're looking for a sponsor to go get those Oreos, and I think I'm going to do a nice tub version all over my body. Yeah.
Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Spice it
I'll
up.
take the pictures.
I'm gonna have a little of this cabbage too, like it's like a whole vegan body, and I can just lay on the table. This is so good, but then I'll be eating all of it, so that way more.
Then that were- Well,
You
they
can
were-
have someone eat it off of you.
well, there's also that.
So any viewers, any guys, she's available for that.
I am.
The tub is big enough for two also, so.
Yeah. So who knows?
I'll be there like I was back in the day. I would be there to eat food and I'll take pictures. That's it. That's it.
Who knows? So, what is the strangest and the rudest, uncomfortable situation you have had to deal with when someone's ate the vegan food before here?
From a meat eater.
From a meeting?
What is the most controversial we've had as a non-vegan coming in to try something vegan?
Yes.
I wouldn't say, okay, we've had the yellow cheese. We've had I don't like that, but I like the white cheese. That's good. That's fine. You tried it. You brought it.
It's fine.
Oh, this tastes funny. Well, it's not dairy. So just kind of let it sit with you for a second. Well, I just don't like the fact that you're saying it's chicken, it's not chicken. So I think in the vegan space, that has to be by far the largest raw type of situation. It's not a rib. Why y'all making food look? Because one, the brain is able to identify. Exactly, because we still eat with our eyes, we eat with our nose, then with our mouth. So you do want the food to be pleasing to the sight. I mean, that's just who we are as a society, unfortunately. Everything has to be pretty. There's nothing wrong with a bruised apple.
Nothing wrong
but no
with
one wants
pretty.
to eat the bruised apple, although it's just fine. So I think for us, the biggest thing is overcoming well, why are you calling it a rib when it's not a rib? Or the ha 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 ha, they're trying to, okay baby. So I'm proud of you for giving it a shot. But in about 10 years, you've been trying to figure out where I am in the end. And that's just how I look at it. So I lead with compassion that because I understand it's the brainwashing or well, you're just trying to get money. No, baby, I'm trying to love on you so that your life can be what you choose it to be. And if your mind is so closed off that you want to try it, no problem. But allow me at least to give you some samples. Allow me to at least let you try it. And if you don't like it, just spit it out. But wait a minute, you might like it. So we have more of it. Man, that's good. We have that more than anything. Now, I would say the pushback would be, we've gotten pushback before on the yellow cheese and oddly the sausage.
I'll be able to tell the yellow
Oddly
cheese.
the sausage.
The sauce.
Later.
Oh, can we get a mac? A little sample of mac? Okay. The sausage. We would get pushback in times before just for the sausage.
I love the sausage.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite chefs here, Miss Celeste, she came out with a cookbook. And so for years in the holidays, I was ordering the food for my children.
Yes.
Because it was just, I'm a single mother.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some really good food for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and great. She designs this cookbook, it's amazing, and I start cooking out of the cookbook, and I'm like, man, kids like, this tastes just like her food.
Yes.
Where is your cookbook?
That's coming. So,
Yay.
because the entire menu is made from scratch, once we've scaled the proteins, then I can do the cookbook. Because naturally, I'm not gonna write a cookbook about another brand. Because I don't consume, and I'm not saying anything wrong with these other brands. I just love meat enough that I don't put 5 carcinogens and a bunch of in my body.
Exactly.
And I love y'all too much to give it to you.
Thank you.
And so I don't consume certain brands. A lot of them. Because it's just, there's something in it that hurts myself.
It's just a cover-up.
So
Like
my
someone
food,
cover-up.
my food has no preservatives, no chemicals, no junk. So when my body, 95% of what I create is what I consume. So when I do venture out to another restaurant and try something, my body immediately screams at me. And my gut immediately screams
So
at me.
you do eat out.
We do, typically at a Thai restaurant, because Thai food is very easy to be made vegan, you know,
It is.
tofu and coconut milk, there you go. So we'll do Thai food, but if we're going somewhere and they're beyond and
Okay. Well, now, what's this last thing we have?
that is mac and cheese.
Oh,
That is the mac and cheese.
my son's favorite. Grant, I'm gonna eat this.
Let me tell you, my youngest, she's 13. She has an issue with if we go somewhere, I don't want that mac and cheese. For some reason, yours is just fine. She said to me today, you bring home some mac and cheese.
Yes, I'm Cinnabix mac and
Yes,
cheese.
okay.
The answer is yes, Cinnabix mac and cheese.
Anywhere we go.
And,
there's one.
and babies love it. Children, like toddler, they love the mac and the cornbread.
The
Because,
cornbread.
baby, you need corn, Miss Lou, please.
I'm sorry, listen.
No, I'm sorry, because I should have brought your cornbread first.
They're making a believer out of me.
Yes, I'm so
And the
happy.
cornbread is scratch made. We make all my recipes. So, and that's what I'm saying with the book. So once I've scaled the meats, then I can do the cookbook.
Right.
Because, and here's the deal for you, you're using Chef Celestia's cookbook. Take her cook as it is. Just find the vegan substitute.
Right.
So here at KraVegan, although you can't purchase our proteins from a supermarket yet,
Yes.
you can purchase them from us here.
That's right.
You can order them online. You can come get them a half pan. We can, like recently, we had a
Boy,
family
did we
that comes
know
up.
that.
Hello.
Oh my
We have a family
gosh.
that came up from Fort Lauderdale. They stumbled upon us and they were here and they would not leave until they had. Thank you, Ms. Lou. Until they had protein. So they took back a half pan, $70 half pan of the ribs, the roast, and the sausage. And
Wow.
they can freeze it, they can do their meal prep. And so with the cookbook you're using, so if it calls for heavy whipping cream, you just get super rich coconut milk.
Wow.
There you go. If you're, let's just say you're doing a beef stroganoff. Let's just do that, guys. So let's just take how you normally cook, because you can vegan, trust me, how you normally cook. So let's say your beef stroganoff. You come to KraVegan, you get that beefless roast. Then you go get you a wheat pasta, not an egg noodle. And if you put sour cream in it, you're gonna get the vegan version. And you're gonna get you a can of coconut milk. And now you've made your sauce from scratch.
Yeah.
You made your traditional dish, but you veganized it. And even with the cookbook, you can do the same thing. You just need.
I still want your cookbook, so I'm gonna have to
Oh
come
no,
here
yes,
to your
yes, my cookbook, yes, that will be coming. Y'all keep us lifted.
That means we have to come back again. We have
That's
to
what
have
that
a
means.
whole cookbook.
Whole cookbook.
That means y'all gotta support, because we need the
Cookbook
funding
fund.
to pay for this. And so listen, we are fighting a good fight of faith. KraVegan not going anywhere. We were hoping to have meal prep launched this January. Life just doesn't work that way for us right now, but that's okay, because we're still here and we're fighting a good fight. And one day soon, you will be able to order these proteins and have them either delivered to your home or pick them up here.
That's amazing.
And
I
that is
love
the-
it. I love it. What would you like to say closing out? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get some of the hibiscus lemonade or something, and I'm not leaving.
Oh wait, you gotta try the cornbread.
Oh,
You have to get a bite of this cornbread. Now,
Cheers.
I've had my two for the day.
Happy?
She gotta stop.
It's and here's the deal, guys. It's the same recipe, but when people order them in a pie pan, like for catering, I don't know, it's better. It's the same, but it's something like for Thanksgiving this year, y'all, I almost ate one of the pans by myself.
Yeah,
I hate to
that
say
can
that.
happen.
It's the truth, though.
That
It's the
can
truth. It's the truth.
What I'm going to say is,
Uh-oh.
I will be putting my order in
Yes, ma'am.
for the holidays for this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then during the holidays, we do something different. That's when the mocktail, that's when the beef Wellington, things like that. So we do things differently.
I'm gonna have to hide some though. in
Of
my
course.
house.
Of course, you have to. Because if you don't, the kids will eat it all.
This is what we did one year. We got some of what is it, the beef that he gets?
Yep, the beef sauce.
And of course, I did my own greens and everything
Right.
else, but he said, well, since you don't cook meat anymore, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I said, well, you have to if you want meat, you can only get it from where you're going, to KraVegan, so
Yeah.
that's it. So he brought home all this meat. Of course, we ate half of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Left him a little bit. I wanted to make sandwiches. Oh, no.
It's going.
I'm not even gonna wait till the holiday. I'm gonna order some today so I can have it in the morning with my coffee.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. In closing, I just want to tell everybody thank you. I want to say this to inspire entrepreneurs who are where we are. Guys, it is hard right now. This is truly an unprecedented time. I have colleagues and mentors and people that I look up to who've been in business twice and triple the amount of time that I have, and they're all saying it has never been like this before. I am saying this, remember your why. It is not easy, and I say that all the time because that is the truth, but it is rewarding. And don't give up, follow your dreams. No, is it gonna be perfect at first? Not at all. Is it meant to be perfect? Not at all. But it is meant for you to start. Start it scared. Start it with a weird belly. Start it with, oh my God, what are they gonna say? Just start. And as your business ebbs and flows, it will show you. She will show you. He will. Your business will show you the direction you should go in. As will your customers and your followers, because you need the feedback. The only way to become a 5-star or a 10-star or whatever is to get that 1-star, the 2-star, and talk to the people and find out what could I have done better? How can I make this happen? No, can you make everybody happy? Not at all. But we want to make sure that people aren't afraid to do what you've been called to do. Okay.
I love it.
Where can we find you? Like, give us all of your...
Right. So, guys, our website is KraVegan.com, KraVegan.com. Instagram, Facebook is KraVegan LLC Jax, because we were hacked once, so we had to change the name. People play too much. Anyway, and then 1520 Hendricks Avenue, Jacksonville, Florida, 32207. We are open 6 days a week, closed every single Sunday. Thank you.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 10. And this Friday, we are having our Summer Artist Series starting at 6.
Ooh.
So you guys want to be here for that. Guys, we have amazing local talent. That is number one. And guys, the art and the pictures and the wood burning and the poetry and the singing, you want to be in the building.
Oh, we gotta come
On
back.
Friday,
We gotta
6
come
p.m.
back.
We're gonna have happy hour. The bar has been restocked. Okay. Now I say you gotta drink, but if you do, we gotcha. And hey, we have stuff like elderflower.
I love
That's my
it.
favorite.
We make our own parades, and so although it's an alcoholic beverage, you're still boosting your immune system with KraVegan. So you're still helping yourself while you're relaxing your shoulders. Just
So it is this Friday.
this Friday, 6 o'clock, 6 to 10, you guys want to be in the building
What's
for
the
the Summer
address
Honors Series, 1520 Hendricks Avenue, Jacksonville, Florida, 32207. The phone number, 904-579-4382, KraVegan.com, or Instagram us, message us. We're here for you. Send your questions, literally, call and ask. Just come visit with us and let us give you the samples and let us love on you.
I got one in.
You have me,
I
and
got
I want to say this also. If you did not hear what she said as far as the address, where you're located, or Facebook, she's become a bestie. So this will not be a first time that we're going to be sitting here, or even if we're not here, that we're not going to be talking about LaTasha and her wonderful husband
eating.
and KraVegan.
We're gonna order.
Because I'm going to try
with
and
us.
slowly change what I am doing starting today.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I need to.
Food
And you'll
is
feel
love. Food is love.
Oh,
It
last,
really
last
is.
thing. This one's mine.
It's hers. Yeah, I ate mine too already.
This love on your
She
plate.
didn't
Love
ask,
on
so
your
we'll take
plate.
that right
This
there.
is my love language. I love you guys. I seriously do. Like seriously. Like for real. Like seriously.
Thank you again for joining us for another
Thank you.
episode of The Best Tea, where we are on location at KraVegan. We thank them so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank
Bye bye.
you.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
'Cause I'm beautiful.